Hey kids, have you ever had to wait a really long time for something?
Like maybe you were waiting for him to stop saying really?
Or maybe you were waiting for school to be over?
Or maybe you were waiting for your next birthday party? Well, in today's lesson, we're going to take another look at a guy named David.
David had to wait a really long time for something he knew was coming. See, David was chosen to be king when he was young, but he had to wait.
The story begins when God told a guy named Samuel to pick the next king from one of the boys in David's family.
So Samuel took a look at all of David's older brothers, but God said none of them would fit right to be king.
But that's because they forgot about David. Once Samuel saw David, he knew that this would be the next king.
Remember in our last lesson, Saul was really jealous and tried to kill David? David actually could have killed Saul, but he decided to wait.
Do you remember when David ran away from Saul?
Once he was on the run, there was 2 times he could have easily killed King Saul and could have become king himself.
The first time, David caught Saul trying to go to the bathroom. And the second time was when he was asleep.
Both times, he had to jump on Saul, but he decided to wait. After 15 years, David finally got to become king.
David was a teenager when Samuel first told him he would be king.
But it wasn't until he was 30 that he finally became king. And that's because Saul finally died.
But he only got to be king of a small chunk of Israel. He had to wait another 7 years before he got to be king of the whole thing.
He had to wait 22 years for God's promise to come true. So what's the point of the story? Sometimes we have to wait a long time for God to come through.
For David, 22 years probably felt like a long time.
Sometimes in our life, there'll be long waits just like that.
We'll really want something and we'll ask God for it over and over again. But it might take him a really long time to give it to us. That's because God knows better than us.
He knows when it's the right time for things to happen in our lives.
It can be pretty frustrating just waiting around, but God has a plan for us. Memory verse.
Wait patiently for the Lord. Be brave and courageous. Yes, wait patiently for the Lord. So kids, next time you're waiting a long time for something, think of this lesson about David.
Waiting can be hard, but God knows best.